In this unit, we learned all about financial math. The first lesson, we learned about simple and compound interest. So I'll start with simple interest first. The two formulas that we used for simple interest were I equals PRT and A equals I plus P. Keep in mind that capital I represents the interest earned. So that's going to be a dollar amount. P represents the principal invested. So also a dollar amount. Okay. R represents the annual interest rate. I'm going over, sorry. T represents time in years. And then in the second formula, A represented your total amount, so principal plus the interest earned. You might want to just highlight those two. And remember that simple interest is represented by a linear function, so there's a linear relationship between time and the amount of interest that's earned, and also between time and the total worth of the investment. Compound interest. Compound interest is where we earned interest on top of interest. And we use the formula A equals P 1 plus I over C to the NC. A and P still stand for the same thing, so A stands for total amount, the total worth of the investment, dollars. So P is the principal invested, also in dollars. I represented the annual interest rate. And remember, in our formulas, we write interest as a decimal, not a percent. C represented the number of compounding periods in a year. And then N represented the number of years. So you might want to create the table for yourself about how annual means 1 and semi-annual means 2, weekly 52, daily 365, monthly 12, quarterly 4, semi-annually 2. So I just wrote out those numbers for C, and I think I forgot to mention biweekly 26 times a year. And one last thing to mention, compound interest represented by an exponential function. Okay, so there's an exponential relationship between the total worth of the investment and time. Alrighty, let's move on to lesson 8.2, which was future value of annuities. Future value of annuities, remember you are investing a little bit every week, day, month, year, etc. in order to save up to some future amount. We use the formula A equals R bracket 1 plus I over C all to the power of NC minus 1, all divided by I over C. And A still stands for the same thing. I and C and N all stand for the same thing. R just represents the regular payment, or if you want to think about it as a deposit amount. So that's in dollars, and that's really the only new variable. And the key words that you should be looking for are each, every, anything about monthly payments, and of course monthly could be weekly, or it could be annual payments.